name's Meri. I'm not a sister wife. I'm not nervous about the questions because I'm confident in like who I am and what my answers are or what my conversations are going to be. You know, people are going to say what they're going to say and you just kind of roll with it. It's kind of like, you know what they say about when you're lying, you have to remember what you say. Like, I don't feel like I have to remember what to say and to keep a story straight because I'm speaking my. It's going to be me. Take it or leave it. I'm ready.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. The first Tell-All episode 1 of 4 parts aired last night for Sister Wives. And I thought that, I couldn't be more irritated with Kody and Robyn. And then it was like, oh, okay. So now I'm more frustrated with Robyn and Kody. And I'm going to also tell you something. Both Kody and Robyn were in a battle with production over working together on this. Hello, Kody was confrontational. He was confrontational. He got angry. His voice was raised. He took a very loud stance on simple questions. He insisted the other women own up. He redefined history. He even admitted that, it is easy to mock him because he is the type of person who has no filter. And I don't think people mock him for that reason exactly. And nobody actually makes fun of him. They just mention his narcissistic tendency, but whatever. And he'll tell you that, he'll say 5 things and then he'll determine which one of the 5 things is going to be the thing that he's going to stick with for the truth. And that's, I suppose, his version of saying that he's rewriting history. But I found it kind of interesting because at the very start, Meri confessed for the first time that she was going to attend a tell-all and not lie. So that if you don't need to remember a story and hold on to that story, you can just say your truth and I'm going to be myself. My mask is off. So how many years did all these individuals go into tells previously and simply lie, 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 lie? And when you're lying for all these years, how do we know who is telling the truth? Now, this is the part regarding this show and this family and the world of polygamy, with all the falsehoods that have been spoken to keep this show on the air, that it's difficult to know who is being truthful now. Because even in the truth now, there's still a degree of the whole thing hasn't been talked about, right? But Robyn and Kody, as I mentioned, will not play along. Now, what did Robyn not want to do? Robyn doesn't want to watch the clips. She won't watch the clips with Kody so that she can comment on what happens in this season. So she won't watch Kody talking to other women. She won't watch clips with Kody and her. Even though in this tell-all portion of this initial episode, there really wasn't any conversations between Kody and Robyn that she would have reacted to. It was just about Kody and Meri's breakup. Kody discussing Christine and not respecting her, and Kody and Janelle, and then Robyn speculating on what Kody's emotions were regarding these breakups, which was just strange. Suki also greeted every single person and asked them what their movie would be for this season in their lives, and Robyn was not asked. So everyone answered the question. Kody said Point Break, Meri said Wild, Christine said Everything All at Once, and Janelle said Fried Green Tomatoes, and Robyn said nothing. So Robyn doesn't have to do half the work that everyone else does. Kody already stepped into it and told that he was going to shield Robyn from portions of this tell-all. And so for Robyn, apparently it means that she does not have to see the clips in order to reply to them. And I thought about this. I wonder whether Robyn doesn't watch the program anymore. Does she not see what people say? Does she simply disregard it so that way she can remain in her little bubble without being held accountable? I don't know. But Kody was Kody and Robyn both were off the chain. It was somewhat awkward because they didn't even mention Garrison at all. And they won't be discussing his death at all in the tell-all. Which that's okay. They don't have to. But Kody's revising history regarding why he and Janelle broke up. And now he's telling me that he was through with Janelle when that just didn't occur. But I'll give you some of his vile comments. There was some commonality that I had with Robyn that was important. And in my head, I wanted to bring all of my relationships to that level. And that's what I felt like I was laboring for. You did not. You can never fault the fact that Robyn and I had a profound. Robyn was excellent at relating to me, at loving me, and negotiating with you. Yes, NH, and holding herself in respect. Okay, if I were to speak Kody and be able to understand what he was saying, I would say that what he was expressing is that Robyn realized a long time ago that in order to control Kody and get her needs met and get what she needed and wanted and get her way with him, she knew she had to kiss his butt and bow down to the ground he walked on and essentially inform him how godly he was, how amazing he was, and constantly remind him how perfect he was. What Robyn found in him was a man who was willing to have his bad behavior enabled as long as he received what he desired. She would enable his narcissism. She would enable his jealous, his anger, his jealousy, his anger, his jealousy, she would justify his bad behavior. She would conceal his dishonest behavior. She would do all these things and then give him all the sex. And then he in turn would guard her and make everyone else do like her. So essentially what he did was he said, well, Robyn came in and she basically worships the ground I walk on. It reminds me all the time how great I am, kisses my ass, and I in turn get things from her, and she negotiates with me. Meaning that she figures out how to get her way, and she communicates with me. I.e., meaning she manipulates me to doing what I want her what she wants me to do. And because she is fueling my narcissistic supply and reminding me how amazing I am all the time, I just want to be around her because everyone else I'm around reminds me how I'm falling short. I mean, his reasoning for why things didn't work with Christine was silly. It was like, well, it's hard for me to be happy when I'm being reminded all the time about how unhappy I am, how unhappy she is. Well, Kody, one would think that if you're unhappy, if your wife is unhappy, you find out why she's unhappy and you try to do something to make her feel like she's being seen and validated. But in Kody's world, it's all about him. So I don't actually believe that he has this deep relationship with Robyn. I just believe Robyn manipulates him into thinking that she loves him and says all the right things to him to get what she wants so long as it gets her what she wants. She's just better at manipulating than Kody is. And Janelle even said that a lot of the things that happened she doesn't think Kody was smart enough to be a schemer. And the implication was that Robyn was the one behind the scenes scheming. I had way more respect for Meri than I did for Janelle and probably way more respect for Janelle and Meri than I did for Christine.
On you making you happy, making sure there were things that were special.
That's what she says. Oh, wait. That's what she says. Yeah. Well, okay. She was great at cooking me a meal. I mean, but I don't think she was fixated on my happiness because I was struggling to find happiness because I was always being reminded that she wasn't happy. Here's what annoys me about this whole conversation with Kody about these women. Instead of trying to rationalize it around polygamy and what polygamy is supposed to be about, why can't they all just accept that if Kody doesn't wish to make the relationship work with one of the women, he does not have to? Because as Kody has indicated, he enjoyed being worshipped. He explained that his whole life when he was married to the 3 women and all the children, he was always the center of attention and everyone adored the ground he stepped on and informed him how wonderful he was. And due to their relationship in their society and in their church, he never had to do anything because his duty was being the priesthood authority. And everybody's looking up to him like he's God and he speaks for God and he's the leader of their God. I mean, he's their prophet essentially in their family. And therefore he has and holds a position where he doesn't have to do anything because in his view and in his faith he's perfect. And nobody has to bend to him because why would they? I mean, if they complain, he can just go to Robyn's or go to someone else's house who won't complain. And why can't we just stop even attempting to say that the relationships are based on the merit and bays, and just say when you're leaving your family for another woman because that's what he did. He was never in polygamy since he met Robyn ever. And after he left with Robyn, why wouldn't he just say I left with Robyn and that's where things were at? How difficult would it be for him to just say yes, I left with Robyn and cease gaslighting all of us and cease to make the women justify what he does and cease to make these women go through his deception and his lies and his abuse to this very day? Why don't we begin validating these women and cease to try to get Kody ever to realize he's wrong, cause he never will. I mean, how do you father 6 children with a woman, Christine? How do you father 6 children with her? And then you go on to say that she was good at cooking me a meal and that I never respected her. So you're saying that you were married to a woman and that you were not lawfully married. You had sex with her. You fathered children with her. You showed up every time she was ovulating. You were cooked a meal by her. But beyond that, you didn't treat her with enough respect to consider what she wanted or needed, or consider her as an individual. Christine was nothing but an object to you. And I can understand why Christine would be humiliated by that, because why would you settle for someone who thinks of you in such low terms? I mean, come on. And then he complains that she doesn't have any respect. If you're physically and emotionally and mentally beat down day after day by this guy, how in the world would you have any self-esteem? He is absolutely cruel. All she did for him, all she was worth to him was a good meal. That's it. How can you say that to someone you were with for so long and you had kids with? He said he did his best to bring the other relationships up to what he believed. You know, our relationship was and is. And he wanted that with all of the relationships, but it was just like, you know, a relationship is dependent on the 2 people in that relationship. So wait, the level of Robyn, is that what he's saying? Yeah. Communication level. No, I'm just gonna give it to you straight out. That's 100% a falsehood. So Kody's brand new lie and Robyn's brand new lie, which both of them brought to this tell-all, they actually came to this tell-all with a brand new lie. And that was that because Robyn and Kody's relationship was so divine and so good, he wanted the women all to be like Robyn and get to the relationship like Robyn. So what he wanted the women to do was to be a good communicator. That means kiss my butt, tell me how good I am, tell me how great I am. Never resist after 20 years you've been with me. Have Robyn's perception of me who doesn't know me but kisses my ass because I'm wealthy. And please worship the ground I tread upon. Empower me. Lie for me. Don't complain. And if you do what I want, you can bargain with me through sex and through blackmailing me. And then if you just are more Robyn-like in that you just keep kissing my butt and worshiping the ground I walk upon, then you can be like me. It pisses me off that Robyn states that the relationship is between two individuals, because that is not what polygamy is. And it's contrary to everything that they have said for years, is that it's not about one man and the relationships. Kody in his broad perspective was Kody and the wives. It was never meant to be Kody and Robyn or Kody and Christine or Kody and Janelle or Kody and Meri. It was meant to be Kody and the wives. And now he's telling us that he wants everyone to act like Robyn. And Robyn apparently for some reason is fine with him wanting everyone to behave like her. And then when they're not like her, she blames that they can't be like her on them. Totally forgetting the fact that she and Kody are the ones plotting this dumb thing and making everyone do what they want and pretend to be like them and be like them. I mean, it's again that whole thing where they think they're superior to everybody else. I informed you that my source regarding Garrison's funeral actually stated that Kody and Robyn strode into this funeral as if they were superior to everyone. If this tell-all doesn't tell you anything, then it should demonstrate to you that they literally feel they are loved more so by God, are more godlike than these individuals. And these individuals are merely peons to them. Perhaps that's revisionist history too. Now is fine. Well, I attempted. I wanted to, but they just weren't wanting to come along. So you never did have him try to uplift you? No, he never discussed it with me. I don't think that that's fair for him even to say that. Why? Oh, because we're all supposed to be Robyn. I'm sorry, I am Meri. I'm not going to be Robyn. I don't wish to be Robyn. I'm going to be my own person. I do not wish to be her. Following every one of them disagreeing with Kody about the way that everyone must be placed in a higher state such as Robyn, and every one of the wives refusing that this ever happened. Either he never mentioned it to them, or if he did they said he didn't attempt it, or if he honestly believed that he didn't demonstrate it. And Meri just straight out told it's not fair because I'm not Robyn and why do I have to act like Robyn? And again, you're expecting women who have been around you for 30 years or whatever it was, 16, 17 years at that time, to be puppy dog-eyed in love with you. Because they have no history with you. You're just forget about all the crap you've pulled for the last 17 years. Really easy to be Robyn if she's never lived in poverty with you, never struggled, never had to contend with your job insecurity, never had to contend with your lack of commitment, your cheating. I mean, she didn't have to struggle the way these other women did. But then afterwards they returned to the divorce of Kody and Meri, which, oh man, why do we keep going back into this? But the divorce, the legal divorce, and Kody is kinda weird in this part, because they are questioning why did the legal divorce occur. Christine thinks that Robyn informed him that it should occur. She was like sowing seeds in his mind. Robyn lied that she didn't plant seeds, and she lied that she ever said all these things despite literally having it on film with her discussing with Kody how if the kids get to a certain age, they don't have to live with us because they're not adopted. And she continued to push adoption on him, but we can only do that as long as you marry me so that we can adopt the children. But that wasn't exactly what happened. It was off stage. Robyn was totally like, you have to choose me over Meri. I mean, that's what the rumor was, and I think that it's true. And Meri's convinced now the entire idea wasn't what it was, because after they did get divorced, Kody took off. Kody then of course blames it on the catfishing, which we know is subsequent to Kody leaving her. I mean, Kody had already left her, and then he's like, oh, it's I really left and got kicked out, and the marriage is over because after I left her she got catfished. No, Kody. Again, no accountability. But then he goes on and says the reason that Meri feels this way presently and why she's asking herself why they divorced in the first place, because she feels that the plan all along was that he would divorce her, and basically like that would be it. And Christine feels this was the time at which the family disintegrated. Janelle doesn't think that Kody would have come up with that himself, and she thinks that someone else would have been forcing that, right? So Janelle and Christine are both saying the same thing. Like Robyn forced him to do this, and then they made Meri think that it was her idea, right? And then Kody gets like crazy because now Meri has friends and he doesn't like what he sees in her friends. Which lets me know that throughout their marriage Kody was controlling who they were allowed to speak with. which I've explained to you guys time and time again. He doesn't allow people to talk to Robyn. Robyn isn't asked certain questions, and men can't speak to Robyn when they were all hanging out. The wives were controlled by Kody, even down to their friendships. And I'm noticing some things that annoy me, where she's going from friend to friend to friend. Now that we're broken up, whining about it, and it's a routine that was a part of our life 25-30 years ago, when she would go from friend to friend to friend complaining about me. She informed the leaders of my church that she had been abandoned. Fine, I don't care. Even though Robyn was the one in charge of the entire split between Meri and Kody and having them legally divorced. I mean, she was the one who wanted this and made him do this, and he did it anyway, because that's what he wanted. Now they're attempting to tell people that she's gaslighting herself. She's being lied to by her friends, which is Kody's version of saying your friends are the bad guys, your friends are the untrustworthy ones. Why you would even think these things about me because of your friends. Classic abusive spouse speak. If Meri can talk to somebody and they can view things from another angle, and they can't be swayed by Kody, and they can view things for what it is, that isn't gaslighting herself, regarding what occurred. Kody and Robyn will not discuss what occurred. It's really strange because prior to this it was always like we divorced for the kids for the adoption. Kody and Robyn didn't say anything about that. Nothing. Meri said that it makes you wonder what their strategy was. Was there a master plan? Because now that I reflect on it, I don't know. Kody won't even admit it. Blames her friends for seeding these thoughts into her mind, which is untrue, and does not like what he sees, and what she's doing. Cannot control her anymore. Kody and Robyn will not take a side, because they have different perspectives on what happened. Robyn also does not agree that Kody abandoned Meri. Literally a few seasons back, Robyn stated that she could not blame Meri if she quit, because Kody does not want to be with her. How much more abandoned are you if a man literally never visits your home? That you're stating that this lady is your wife, and then on TV you're stating, I do not feel married to her. Kody invokes the catfishing as his escape, so he will not have to own up to the reality that he simply fled with Robyn. All these two would have to do is own up that they fell in love, they deserted the family, and they forced them all to play make-believe for years. And then lo and behold we find ourselves 15 years down the line going around in circles, because they cannot own up to what they've done. And that's what it's like being around two narcissists. Because he's someone who's there in a really good and a very real sort of way. And I think because of their own different opinion of what did occur, then that's why it also annoys him. So but doesn't the church let one person off for abandonment like Meri's spirit? No. Not always. No. Explain that it's because she asked for it. It's due to what she has uttered that they presented it to her. Again, that's the entire Robyn was a part of that marriage for 15 years, and now she's like, that's on them. That's their fault. They're the ones that are arguing. It has nothing to do with me. Yeah. When she inserted herself into that marriage, told them that she could be their mediator, told them that she could communicate Kody, pretended that she knew Kody better than anybody else, and now it's like, well, that's just on Meri. And the only reason she received the release is because she snitched on Kody, and they do not see eye to eye as to what went down. Kody indicated that he was going to remain married to Meri. Kody then, once they divorced, essentially checked out. No. Meri had already been ditched by Kody for years by this time, and Robyn behaved as if Meri, having a catfish pal, who by the way Robyn was pretty invested in, and knew of, and egged on, and was talking to during that time frame. I am still not sure that Robyn did not prompt this catfish to pursue Meri, but the entire catfishing situation, egged on, and cultivated by Robyn. Just gonna say it was fostered in her Facebook group. Now it's... Oh, that's just between Kody and Meri, and really, they just disagree about what happened, even though I caused all of these problems, and she didn't really get abandoned, cause Kody is so present. Yeah, it's easy for you to say, Robyn, wait until he abandons your ass. Oh, how does she sleep at night? How do you look at this man and say, I want to be with that man after the way he treats people? How do you, what type of woman goes for a man like this, and is fine with this type of thing? Because if he did it with them, he'll do it with you. Yeah. And he's doing it to you probably right now. They were just another level of delusional, and another level of just outright lying. They got caught lying so many times. Nobody at TLC will hold them, or let them accountable for how they behaved. They will never admit to what they've done. And they're just forcing the other women who left to have to rehash what they experienced and endured. And then their abusers are lying and saying it didn't happen. It's horrible. These women need to get off this show. So what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet, and hit the bell, so you never miss a video. Thanks loads for watching. Bye guys.